caddies are really good to ask because they see so many rounds every year. This is how cultured golf is in Korea. She said, oh, usually when I notice this brand is being worn, it's a young person and they suck at golf. And when we see a person wearing that brand, we know they suck.
Wow.
And I was like, what?
You gotta respect the game.
You gotta respect this game to get respect back.
Dude, that just really hit home for me.
What's up, guys? It's another episode of Drive and Thrive with Sam and Sam.
Let's go.
It's been a while since we did an episode.
I know, man. Sam is just world traveling, playing the best courses in the world, and I'm just watching it. So
No, that's not true. Actually, you're the one who's been traveling. Your schedule, you've been to Korea.
Yeah.
You've been all over the place.
yeah, I was actually
what have
kind
you been
of
up to?
yeah. I was April was a nut one of the craziest months I ever had. I had first time going to NCAA. Got to shoot on the court through Samsung. Eric right here, who we'll introduce very soon. He invited me to a Coachella golf tournament with the Monster Music Group and like a Maxim after party, which was dope. My wife was there. And then after that, I had to head straight to Korea. First EDC ever, but also the first EDC in Korea. I did my first short game clinic. And then when I got back, I played Lakeside. So let me just flex a little bit.
That's a lot.
No, that one
is a
month,
lot.
April was pretty crazy.
Wow.
Obviously, the best time I had in April was with Eric, who is
Are you just saying that because I'm here?
100%. So Eric,
I feel like that was like so unauthentic, bro.
was it?
Yeah, like because you're sitting right next to me. Because Eric was here. I had the best time in April. Hell yeah.
I didn't even look at you when I said it.
I know, man. I was like, no, because Sam was like, yeah, this is, we're driving Thrive. Sam and said, I'm like sitting here like, oh shit, when are they going to intro me? I'm like just sitting here like, okay, am I just, was it like.
Well, I think it's a good time to intro
Yeah,
him.
let's intro.
So
him
we
now.
have a guest today. Sam, why don't you give the intro?
Yeah. So Eric has become one of my close friends over the past 4 or 5 years. He is a very talented individual. He is a guy that's has a really good eye in fashion. He's made successful brands, and he's a really popular streamer now on the app Whatnot. And why don't you introduce yourself a little after that?
That's basically the whole rap right there.
Oh, we're gonna start filming some golf stuff too.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just
welcome.
I love the fact that you guys are just kind of freestyling and talking about just lifestyle, probably that's involving golf, business, and whatever fashion, in life in general. But Sam is a close friend of mine. We got pretty close, and I'm just kind of, to be honest, I feel like I'm Sam's slave.
What?
Yeah, I just go around the golf courses like with Sam. I'm like,
He's like,
okay.
hey, can you film for me?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let me do that for you, Sam. Let me film that. He's like, hey,
I've been there before.
yeah. He's like, hey, honestly, can you film this? I'm like, yeah, sure, bud. I'm like, sure.
I feel like there's so many people on my IG that would comment on this post of saying like, yeah, Sam made me film for him, and like I hinder people's golf rounds all the time.
Because you do, and it's okay, like,
Yeah, it's fine.
no biggie.
Yeah, it's like free employee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. And but you're good at golf, so I mean, that's what good at golf comes with.
Dude, I've been playing so bad lately, so I can't even say I am good at golf.
I mean, you know how to play good golf, No, but you're a really good golfer. I call him the Korean Phil Mickelson.
Okay.
Because he's such a
short game.
He's such a, like, if I was to trust anybody that I know that golfs, I would trust Sam. Like for like a 30-yard safe par out of the bunker, flop shot,
That's
whatever.
it though, huh? Outside
No,
of
I
30,
swear,
no?
I'm being authentic here. I'm being real. Like I'm like really like trying to like flex you here, man. Like,
Hey, but I will say, like, he's really good with the short game.
Yeah.
But at least recently,
his
drives and tee shot has been pretty trash.
Pretty bad. Like,
don't
bad.
forget what you did also. You played in the U.S. Open qualifier.
Oh, yeah. I played in the U.S. Open qualifying.
You already forgot about it.
I forgot about
What'd
it.
you shoot?
Bad.
78. It was bad. But you know what was you know what was actually fun about it? I forgot, like when you're playing a serious tournament like that, there's so many things that you have to think about and account for, and it really is like a chess game. And I forgot that feeling because I haven't played a tournament for a long time, and it was just like, damn, like you're so not prepared. That's how I felt. Like people think you gotta hit it good, you gotta got your short game good, putting good. Yeah, like that's basic. When you're playing and you haven't had the course mapped out, and I need to place it here, or that's a place to miss. You can still score with a bad game if you're ready for that golf course.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it. I played a practice round. I still wasn't ready.
Yeah, I saw your score. It was pretty trash.
Dude, it was bad.
That's why you forgot about it.
I actually saved a lot to shoot that too.
Really?
Yeah, like
damn.
It was blowing like 25 miles per hour. So I was not ready for wind, let alone even if it
How
wasn't
do you get
windy.
ready for wind though? Like
you just with
mentally you get ready for
you have
wind?
to have that shot. Like you have to have that knockdown shot.
Yeah.
When I try to knock down, I'm hitting it higher.
But you have that crazy stinger shot that you have that's always reliable. Every time I played with you, he has this like what is it, like a 2-iron or something, or a 3-iron?
Yeah, I mean I can hit a little knockdown
with that crazy shaft, the orange shaft on there, and you're like watch this, and then he hits it, and it goes farther than my driver, and I'm like, wow, like that's pretty shitty. Like feeling to have like some guy just outdrive you with his 3-iron and it just rolls the whole way, You know
the crazy thing about that is I could do that anytime, anywhere. Hey, look at this, watch this. But when you get into a tournament, it's just a different.
Yeah.
It's just different. I could go shoot 68. Like if we go play today, I can figure out a way to shoot well because it's an easy course.
Yeah.
But you say it's a tournament on the line.
Yeah.
It'll go either way for me now because when I lock in, I usually play the best. But if you're not ready, is this some like feeling that you have?
Yeah, but it also
crazy.
You know what? I was listening to an interview with Scotty Scheffler, and they were like talking about like his bad round or something like that. And this is what he said. He was like, they were like, so how'd you feel? Were you nervous? Were you this, that? Dude, I was blown away by his reply. He was like, you know what? He was like, I prepared everything that I could before this golf tournament. My short game, my putting, my chipping, my driver, my iron shots. I did everything I could. And mentally, he knew that he was like, I did everything that I could. And mentally, I knew that. And he's like, I'm just going to go out there and have fun because I know inside that I prepared, that I did everything that I could. Yeah. And I was like, wow. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't practice at all. I don't ever practice, you know? And I'm like trying to go out there and I'm like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck, I suck. And I'm like, yeah, you suck because you don't practice, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it like reminded me of like, yo, like you need to go out and put the work in. And if you put the work in, then I think mentally you're already like, okay, I put the work in, let me relax and just play my game, you know?
Well, it's because Sam's not ready all the time because, I have kids that are junior golfers and they play in high competitive tournaments. So a lot of my son who is 14, his friends and the kids who are in the junior tournaments playing this U.S. Open qualifiers too. And last year, Jaden Sung at 14 qualified for the first round, didn't make this cut. But like this year, there's a lot of kids. Like a guy from our club, Porter, Noah Scavo, he's like junior in high school. He made the cut to play the 36-hole round. I think your nephew was pretty close, actually.
I think I saw his score.
Yeah, it's +1.
Good.
He did +1. Good. So he was only like 3 strokes behind from qualifying.
Right.
So you have all these junior golfers who are like practicing 4 to 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it comes with the territory of like wanting being that elite golfer and being prepared. Those kids will make it. They score better than Sam because Sam, he's too busy making money now. He's like out there like,
now.
Hey, I gotta.
That's a good point though, because I remember when I was like 18, I might have been I think I was probably one of my like best of my career when I was like 18, 19, because, when you play golf and you're trying to compete as a living, you don't take into account that life happens. Like you have this in your mind. I'm going to practice every day. I'm going to get my game better. In 2 years, I'm going to be on tour. Well, what if a family member passes away? What if you go through a hard breakup? Like people, like I obviously learned that because I played golf for so long. And that's why you see a lot of kids that play well. And then like 14, 15. And then when you see them like 20, because I went through that. I saw a lot of 14-year-old kids that were way better than me and full rides to college already. And then I'm like, oh, you're not even playing anymore. But I kept going, even though I wasn't as good as them. So, everyone has their own time in golf, in my opinion. And you just got to be ready for it when it is your time. And when it was my time, I wasn't ready for it. Right. Even as good as I was, I know back then when I look at myself, like, oh, I didn't have structure. I had sheer will and like hustle, but I didn't have like structure. If I had structure with that, I would have gone further. I know it.
See, that's deep because like we talk about golf that way. Yeah. And I've been golfing a lot lately too. Mm-hmm. And my scores have been ranging from like 77 lately to like 90. Like that's a big ass difference, you know? And I'm but it's like when I can't focus at a certain point and like I'll have 2 birdies in a row, but then like I'll end up with a triple right after. And it's like, I don't know what it is, but I think it's that lack of focus for that time. And I think in business is the same thing, right?
Same thing.
Like we were talking about business because like you're always picking my brain for business. Yep. Like right now it's fucking, the economy sucks, right? And so what do people do? Do you continue to like push forward and figure out how to do that shit? Or do you end up saying like, fuck it, I'm just going to do whatever I can? Or like, I don't know, like what's your mentality right now? Or what do you see out there?
Like with golf?
Golf and business.
Hey, I think like for me, thank you for that question. Because actually it's perfect with what I wanted to talk about. When I was in Korea, I met a really close friend. I'm not going to name him because out of respect, but he's one of the best Korean players ever. And he's only 1 year older than me. He made the PGA Tour when he was 18. Okay. So he's like a really good player. Lives in Korea and he went through a tough time. Yeah. Like a slump, same thing that I went through. And he started winning again, like a lot in Korea and majors in Korea, 22 and 22 around the 2023. Now he's kind of going through a tough time again. So when I had dinner with him, I talked to him. I said, you know what I can see now that I'm outside of the game with no emotion because I'm not competing? I realized us golfers are delusional to a point where we think we can win every year and we should win every year just because we practice hard. But the nature of it is if you win, everyone tends to take their pedal off, like their foot off the pedal. Because, I won. It's almost like a relief. Like Rory, right? He won the Masters. It's been on his shoulders for 10 years, right? He's a different breed though. People like me, who's just like, I'm just like a Joe Schmo. Even when I remember when I won, I felt like, I've been working so hard for this, I won. But I talked to my buddy, I said, that's the first day of your demise. Because in golf, you can never feel comfortable. You can never feel like, I got it. Because, man, you'll win, and then tomorrow I'll go shoot 77. It's possible. So you can never feel like, I'm a champion, like I'm better, unless you're like Tiger or Scotty. But even those guys don't think that way. Tiger, he's infamous for winning the PGA Championship by 12. The next day at 7 a.m. hitting balls. Right. Like, that's the mindset you gotta have. And I think with business, now we go into business, I feel like I did the same thing. In like 2022, I had my best year for story. 2023. And last year, I made excuses. I'm getting married. I'm stressed. That's why story's not doing as well. Well, 2025 rolls around and I woke my ass up and I said, well, you better start hustling or you're going to start getting in that slump. So that's where I feel I'm at. I feel that there's no such thing as success and there's no such thing as failure. I think you got to just consistently go. That's what I think.
Eric, what's your experience?
Man, last 10 years, like super like this. Like, that saying, like what goes up fast, like it's going to come down hard faster. But anyways, I built this brand from a Facebook group and it became a brand. Then I made a store during COVID. I did a lot of money the first year for a small little business on Melrose. Did just as much the second year, maybe like $1 million less, but just like what Sam is saying, like I took my foot off the pedal, basically.
Right.
I stopped managing. I stopped, pretty much got like full of myself.
Right.
And I didn't know how to react to money.
Right.
And I was just like, you know what? Like, dude, I fucking made it. In my head, I'm like, I got this.
Right.
I'm like, I took my foot off the pedal and people are still supporting me.
Right.
Like, you know, because like I've already built something like this, you know, I built this brand and like, I'm like, yeah, no matter what happens, like people are going to support me anyway. So I'm like, you know what? And that's when like, you know, it's like a very detailed story, but took my foot off the pedal, you know, got caught up in this whole party scene, you know, the whole LA Hollywood scene. Like I got caught up in that really quick. And, you know, you just, once you start really mismanaging like life in itself, like everything starts falling apart. Like I really hate to put like Tiger Woods, like as an example, but like, yo, like if you don't take care of the back end, like I feel like spiritually, mentally, like it all comes down, like whatever your business is, like Tiger Woods is golf, right? Like, you know, remember when his marriage started falling apart? His golf game started falling apart like that. Just by little, and
that's Tiger Woods.
And that's Tiger.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's the legendary greatest of all time golfer there. And like, and I'm not comparing myself to Tiger. I'm just comparing it to like the downfall of like what happened, like, and like that's kind of like what happened. Like I just stopped focusing on what's important and started really focusing on dumb shit, you know? And like, which is like, you know, becoming like an alcoholic and, you know, partying too much.
I think that's like, I've been an entrepreneur for like 35 years. I'm 50. So like I've had the peaks and valleys, and every time I hit the valleys is when I become complacent, right? So like first type of business, like, oh my God, like I think we all kind of became entrepreneurs with nothing, right? So it's not like we were fed like all this millions of dollars and go start a business. Like we came from nothing, right? So when you talk about that, it kind of resonates with me, because the first time I made like millions of dollars, I'm like, damn, I made it, right? And you're like, holy shit, I got 7 figures. I can buy whatever I want. I can do it. And then you start like letting the foot loose, right? You're like, bam, you know what? I made it. I'm gonna give it some time. So I started buying stuff and I started doing things, and then I lost focus. And at that point, then back then, my business started going down again, right? So then when we get to the point, like you say, like mismanagement of time, resources, mind, and focus, that's all part of it, right? And I'm like, shit, I kind of see that. And over the past 35 years of my business life, it's been like that. So like first business, a few $1 million, then comes down. Then the next business, like over 10 million, then it comes back down. The next billion, like 100 million, then it comes back down. And like, it's like I go in these peaks and valleys, and I'm like, man, every time it goes down. And sometimes you have no control because like economy or whatever happens. But then like when you get fucking depressed, or you get like in that mindset of like making excuses, then you unknowingly lose focus because you put excuses in front of like work, right? And that's same with business or work or life or golf, same thing. It's like when you get complacent and you lose focus, things start to unravel.
For sure, man. For sure.
My mentor growing up, he was on the PGA Tour 15 years. Rest in peace. He like passed away a year ago, but he always told me this when I was 17. He said, Sam, don't worry about your game right now. Just do the right thing, because you're not going to know how good you are till you're 27. And I said, what, 27? He's like, yeah, because by that time, you have had experience with girls, because that time I didn't have a girlfriend. By that time, you would experience about, you know, some stress about money. That time, you would experience about life. Like 17, you know, I don't know a lot. That's why I say, like, when you're young, like, of course it's great to play well, but then the more important thing is keep going. Like, not just playing well, right?
Yeah.
Like, do I love this game? Do I like, and thankfully I did at the time, but you know, I'm younger than you guys, and I haven't gone through life as much as you guys, but at least for me, I'm very thankful for my slump in golf, because I feel that kind of like what Eric was saying, when I won, I like, no one thought I would win. They're like, that, like, Sam, nah, he's not really that good. And like when I won, I was like, yes, like hell yeah, I'm the dude.
You're like
yeah,
all you haters, like,
and
yo, like,
I know, and you know what happens when you win? So not everybody, but for me, like, you start thinking like, okay, my swing is good now.
Yeah,
I don't need a change. You just like, and you know, right after I won, I went to Thailand, played an event, got like 5th, like without even practicing.
Yeah,
Partying, got 5th, and then came back home, played something called e-golf event, got 2nd, got like made like 40 grand. I'm like, man, I'm good, man, right? Then like I started kind of playing bad, and I was like, man, I'm just not feeling good. And then that's just like the start of like, you start sucking because you're like oblivious.
Well, and also you're putting so much expectation.
Yes.
Because you feel like I've won.
Right.
I've come top 5.
Right.
And I'm making money. And then when you're not, you're like, oh my gosh. Right. Now I'm not as good as I thought I was. Right. And then you put added pressure.
100%.
And you're not putting in the work to get back to there.
Yeah.
And your mind just fucks you up.
Right. Yeah. And that's like, it's the same thing. Being a champion, having money, it's the same thing. It's like, I don't know how to act or react. Yeah, like when shit is hitting the fan, now actually I know better now how to react with a bad game. Like after I made a point to do this after that bad round I played, I'm driving home with my wife. I made sure to talk to her about it. Not be emotional, like, oh, you fucking suck. If we never play a tournament again, like, fucking, who do you think you are? Think you could play? No, I was like, oh, what did you learn today? I didn't get mad one time, and I was proud of that because I don't feel like I deserve to get mad because I didn't prep.
Right.
It's like, how are you going to get angry and not playing well when you didn't, like, prep or practice? It's like, it's almost like being spoiled. It's like, dude, you think you're going to, like, I thought to myself, you think you were going to actually, like, make it?
Yeah,
you know? Like,
because you did it once or twice or 3 times.
Exactly.
And now you're like, okay, I can easily.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already at that, you know? But, like, to keep golf that's why golf is so crazy. Like, if you don't keep up and stay up, like, with your prep, to this game, it'll humble you.
Oh, dude.
It will humble you so hard, man. And
it's embarrassing.
Dude, it's basically like you get what you put into it. Yeah. If you put in 10%, you're going to get back 10%. It's just like how you're saying, it's just like life. Like if I put 50% into my business, you're going to get 50% back.
Right. Yeah.
You're not going to, if I put 40% and I'm like expecting 100+% in this, like, yo, like there's no reality in that. And dude, honestly, that's what I've learned in like the last maybe 4 or 5 years. Like, yo, if I don't put the work in and if I don't put the time and also the effort in, like, I'm not going to get anything back, you know? Like, people, that's even like creating a brand. Like, you know, like, dude, like there's so many talented designers and brands. They like come out with a dope design, like, and there's like, okay, this is just going to be it. I created this dope thing. A few of my friends say it's super dope. And then they post it on Instagram. They drop it online. They sell like 3 items. And you're like, wait, why didn't I sell anything? And you're like, dude, there's so much other stuff involved in like selling clothing. It's really hard for someone to buy clothing. Like if you go into a store, like what's the percentage of me buying some, even if it's dope?
What is it?
Bro, I don't even know. It's probably
you own the store.
It's low.
It's probably super low.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really low. Like,
damn, that's weird.
Eric's an outlier though, because I've seen him move. Not to cut you off, he's really good at. So I'll just say, it's okay if I say whatever I want to say?
I mean, you're going to say it anyway. Why not say it, bro? Like, you already started talking. What am I going to say? No?
So he's really good at this, but he's also genuine about it. It's not just him doing it to get the sale. I remember being in the shop with him, and there was a mom and a son that walked in.
Yeah.
And he was very smart with going to the mom and the son and saying, hey, like, hey, you know, you should be in school. What's going on? Like, you know, just making good conversation and making sure the mom felt, you know, at ease being in this store. And like, he just was really good at hospitality, which Sam is top notch at too. His hospitality game was just like top notch. And I believe that's why that little kid got something. Like, I don't think he would have bought something if you didn't do what you did. And I think that's like a testament to like, you know, what you do.
Yeah, yo, that just comes from like being raised in like a freaking immigrant family from Korea, like Korean moms, you know, like my mom would never take me to a store and spend $300-400 on a hoodie and a hoodie or $500 on a pair of sneakers, right? And I'm like, in my head, like I'm like, I've never actually experienced that, you know. So when I'm thinking in his it's all about perspective.
For sure.
Like I'm just like, if a mom is walking in and I look like something, right? Yeah. Like I'm just judging myself. If I walked into a store and I looked at me, I'd be like, who is this guy? You know, like you're already making me feel uncomfortable with your RBF, you know? Yeah. Like your face, you're never smiling, but like I always want to make a customer feel like comfortable. So if I'm walking into a store and I'm judging Fairfax and Melrose stores because those stores are customer service shit. Like I did like a little test before I opened my store, and I walked into every single store. Not one person said hi to me. They didn't even look at me in the eye, and I'm like, what is going on here? Yeah. So like I made it like a point where any person comes in and like I train my employees to be like, yo, look at them in the eye, say hi to them. You don't even have to say anything. Just be like, make them feel welcome, like they're coming into their house, you know? And like, that's all I wanted to do was just like conversate because I didn't know what to say to the mom. No. I just wanted to make her feel at home, you know?
I know what you want to say, but it's all good.
No, I'm
okay.
But like, no, but like as a consumer, because you know, I used to be, like I don't consume as much now, but like I used to love to buy stuff. Yeah. You know the feeling. So like when I go in, I want to feel comfortable buying it, you know? Yeah. And so I just changed the perspective in my mind and my thought. And I'm like, how do I make this person feel the most welcome, you know?
And that makes a difference.
Hell of a difference.
Big difference.
Huge.
Yeah. As a
People
consumer.
Don't know. Yeah, as a consumer.
And you're like, hey, I'm going to spend my hard-earned money at your store, whatever it is. Right. And you're going to tell me that you're not going to look at me or talk to me?
And not even say hi? Yeah. I'm walking in. Like, I'm like, somebody walks in, I'm like, yo, nice shoes.
Or something, right?
Dope outfit. Yeah, like, hey, like something. I have, like whatever
or lie.
It is. Yeah.
Fucking lie about it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you don't want to lie, but at least
make them feel good.
No, just make it feel comfortable. And like, I just look for something that I absolutely love. Like if a customer comes in and I comment about it, like I make it a point to find something. Like that's my thought. Like, what do I love about this right now? Right. And I'm like, oh, I like that about you. Right. Like, I love your glasses. I like your hair like this. And I'm just attention to detail about like fashion. And I'm like, oh, I like your fashion. I like your style. I like the color of your lipstick. Right. I love your earrings, you know, like, dang, like your hair, like that curl, whatever it is, you know?
Well, we do want to go into fashion. Yeah. That's a good segue. But I'm going to tell you one story about this customer service.
Okay.
So the first time I walked into a store back in, I don't remember, it's Auto Gallery. They don't exist anymore, I don't think.
I went to the States.
No, in LA.
Okay.
Auto Gallery, car dealer, Auto Gallery. So they sell high-end cars. I went into the Calabasas store, which is no longer there. So I went in shorts and a t-shirt, right? And I was looking at Ferraris. Not one sales rep in there was like, there was like 5 sales reps in there. They weren't helping anybody. They didn't come up to me and say hi. They didn't come up to me and say, what can I help you with? What kind of cars you like? Like, I just kind of look like a bum, right? Yeah. So I walk in, I'm like, man, I'm spending 15 minutes looking around cars. Not one person has greeted me. Finally, this one guy comes up and says like, hey man, like, are you looking for a car? Like, you know, just chit-chatting, small talk. Talk about this and like, oh yeah. I said, maybe looking at a car, I'm not sure, So we end up talking for like an hour about life and cars and just different things. Guess what? I fucking left with the Ferrari that day from the guy who was helping me out.
Yeah.
But in the first 15 minutes, I was ready to just walk out. But I did have an intention to look and potentially buy a car.
Yeah.
But then no one was helping. But as soon as I was about to walk out, some guy comes up and was like, hey, let me help you. Like, I just got out of the bathroom and and he's telling me about stuff. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I was like, hey, none of your guys here, none of your like colleagues here was trying to help me out. It's probably because of the way you're dressed and whatnot. So, but like, yeah, you shouldn't judge people.
Yeah.
Like if you're a business owner, I'm going to tell you this, like, don't manage expectation for employees. So like you said, tell them hi, look them in the eye, and make them feel at home and welcome, right? I would say the same thing. Any type of business you have to do that. And don't, like, expectations of like, can they afford it or not, right? Don't think with your pockets. And I say this all the time with employees, is like, if you're about to sell a $10,000 package of something or a product, don't think with your pocket. Because you may not be able to afford it, but someone else can.
Right.
So don't feel like, I know it's kind of expensive. Well, don't say things like that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this would be great for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
worst.
Like, that's the worst for
These
sales
are kind of
reps, right?
expensive though.
Yeah. Why is a sales rep saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't afford it doesn't mean this person can't afford it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So I always say, like, manage people's expectations. Don't think with your own pockets, and figure out like how to like close a deal, like, you know, and make them feel welcome and warm. Because when people are happy, they play better golf. But when people are happy, they also spend money.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Sam's like, yeah, I walked in there. Maybe I'm looking for a car, walks out with a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that one day.
Yeah, man. It sounds pretty nice to me, man.
Yeah, that was like 2000 and what year was that? I think that was like 2012.
Okay.
So like,
Sam been doing this.
Was the economy good in 12? In
it was
2012?
okay.
It was okay.
It was okay for me.
It was coming back from.
It was okay for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
That's so funny, man.
yeah.
I wanted to get into, like Sam said, I wanted to talk about fashion and golf, like the state of where it's at, because so much of what we're talking about is actually parallel with what like I wanted to talk about, and I feel like golf right now, the average age has gone a lot younger, and I think it's in a vulnerable state because
In fashion or golf in general?
both.
Okay.
Yeah. And like it was kind of eye opening to me because when I was in Korea. Because this time, like I don't think I've ever asked this many questions and met this many people in the golf industry in Korea as I did this past April. And I think in golf right now, when you see all these brands, and there a lot of them are coming over from other industries, right? Like streetwear, skateboarding, this, that, and the other. I think the main issue is when you don't know golf like that, like the history of golf and like the actual origin and the people that are in it, the problem that happens is they don't realize how hard it is to continue playing and continue being in it. Because it's an expensive game and you got to spend a lot of time in it, whether it's playing to get better or branding, right? Like for me, my brand isn't, it's a product brand. I have one product. But the reason why I think it works for me personally is because I'm actually am a golfer and been in it. So I'm always going to be in it. So I'm blessed. I'm so lucky. But with many others, I'm seeing like one-stop shop brands and then like dying, one-stop shop brands and then dying. And then, I don't know, I just feel like that's kind of, I wanted to kind of just voice that out because like it's in a vulnerable state. Young kids, they get in it, they think they can get good so quick and then they stop. And it's like, no, enjoy the process of this game where it like it breaks your heart. You love it again. It makes you stress. Like all that's a part of it, like go through it and enjoy it. Cause I have a lot of junior golfers reach out to me and say like, oh, I'm not playing well. What should I do? Should I become an influencer? And these like 12, 13-year-old kids. And I'm like,
that's hard to do too.
Yeah. I advise them like how, like you're 12, 13, like you're 20, 28 grad. And I have a lot of junior golfers follow me. And like, they ask me for product and things like that and ask me for advice. And I tell them like, just do the best you can. And whatever is going to happen, as long as you do the best you can, I promise you, this game of golf will yield something. It'll yield. It may not yield you being on tour because most people don't make it, but you could become like me. I didn't make it, but I yielded all my connections and network into something, and I'm grateful for that.
That's a good point, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about, like, did you know that I played high school golf?
Yeah.
And
you
college
did?
golf? I did.
He's been in golf for a long time.
So fun fact too, I won a SCPGA tournament
What?
at La Mirada.
No way.
Yeah,
So did I.
I shot 68 there.
What?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was like 17, I think. And I remember when I first won, I shot 68. And I played really bad. I hit the ball super bad that day.
Just grinding
it out. And the guy was like, "Hey, do you know, like, the guy, that someone else takes your score?
Yeah.
Like, you have a partner who takes your score for you." And I'm like, he's like, "Hey, man, we were on like 16. He's like, "Hey, did you know, like," he's like, you're 2 under right now." And
why would he say that? That guy's messed up.
No, he was just like, he's like, "You're shooting, your score is really good." Because I was like getting mad at myself. Yeah. He's like, "Just stay in it." Like,
okay.
He's like, "Just stay in it." Because cool. I thought because the course was so easy that some kid is gonna shoot 65 that day. Because La Mirada is not that tough. Yeah. Like, if you hit, you know what I'm saying? It's a shorter course.
Yeah.
So you can score there, But
Dude, 60 is a good score for junior golf though.
Yeah, it was. It was like the best round of my life. Yeah, and I was crazy. Like so stoked, and I was like, I was just like, I was so happy. But I really wish I had a teacher who told me, "Hey, it's okay if you don't become a PGA pro.
Yeah,
golf is not just about becoming a professional golfer on the PGA. Yes, that's the goal as you're practicing, but there's so many avenues of golf. Yeah. And maybe at that time, people just didn't realize that. But I wish I also had a coach. And shout out to my coach then, he was teaching me technicality and all that. But I truly believe that it's not all about just technicality. Like, you have to teach him about, like, there has to be like life lessons. There has to be like scoring lessons, like how to score.
100%.
How to like maneuver out of bad situations, not just get like this, keep your left arm straight, not just do those. Yeah. That's all I knew. And I was figuring it out. And I was like, how come my swing has gotten to a good point and I can't freaking score?
Yeah.
I mean,
90% of golf score is mental,
Yeah. And like, that's another great point too. Like, and I just wish like someone told me, someone would have told me like, hey, don't worry. It's okay if you don't make it with golf. Like my goal was never to make it to the PGA. I just like, my mom was like, you're going to get into college like that. Like with a good, like, you know, you can be on varsity, play in college at a university. It'll help you get into the university. And I'm like in my head, like, I don't even want to fucking go to a university. Like I don't even want to go to college. Like I've never been, I feel like I'm smart and I'm street smart, but I've never really been academically like where I could read a book.
Right.
And I think I just have too much ADD. Like I can't just like, like read like 5,000 pages of a book and be like, take a science test. And I'm like, okay, like this is cool. Like, and then ace the test, like, or write a paper on it,
Never.
I'm just not like that.
Me too.
I was always like about the hustle or whatever it was. And I just wish that I could have someone tell me like, and now I feel like for junior golfers, like, like it's not just about becoming a PGA pro. Like there's so many avenues. You can become a teaching pro, like just golf in general, like what it is. You can make a career out of just understanding the game of golf and going through the experience of competitive golf. You'll learn so much about life in itself through golf and the game.
Well, I tell my kids too, like I'm like a 9 or 10 handicap.
Yeah.
I was never in a high school team or college team or anything, right? But I tell my kids, because my kids are like scratch and they play in tournaments like that.
Jeez.
And
these kids
I tell them it's okay.
Yeah.
But what's good is in the long run, I'm 50. I get invited to all my clients and different people's golf trips because I'm able to golf. Now, if you're a scratch golfer and you're my age, you're going to get invited to more things in business, networking, and all these opportunities because you're a good golfer.
Absolutely.
So if you have a good mind, a hustle mindset, a decent golfer, then you know what? You open doors for opportunities a lot in business situations or even job situations because if you work for some company, they're like, oh, I know you're a scratch golfer. I'm gonna put you into our golf tournament for Scramble. Guess what?
Yeah,
your team won. You're playing with me, right?
Yeah, that's what I do with Sam. I'm like, Sam, I don't really like Sam. I just think he's a good golfer. And I'm like, yo, come play with us.
Play my Scramble team.
And then he plays like shit. I'm like, yo, Sam, what's going on here today, man?
Yeah. So I say, man, it's like golf is one of those sports where it opens opportunities, whether you're good, it's like it's for your career, like you're doing, or pros or teaching pros, but even like outside of the golf world, it's an impactful sport.
For sure. And I feel like it's a great way also, like going back to like, hey, like you're talking about like building the brand, like one-stop brands that come in and out with golf. I feel like to build a successful brand right now in this day and age and not just have dope stuff and sell 2 or 3 items every drop, you have to build community. And a lot of great like design, like even Virgil said it, you know, he was like, build a community first and then the brand will kind of grow itself. And honestly, when I built the brand, I never knew this myself. I was just doing it like off of feel, but I knew I started building this community of sneakers and that became a brand after. And I only had 2,000 members in this Facebook group at one point, and we sold 100 hoodies our first drop.
That's crazy.
100.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, bro. And we sold them for $40. $40 a hoodie, you know. I was making them
for like that. You're not even a brand.
Yeah, and I'm printing them at like the local sweatshop here, you know. Like we're doing it ourselves, you know. And that's what it became. Like that's how we told them. We were very transparent. Like, hey, man, like, you know, like we don't really know what we're doing, but like we just made something that looks dope, and it was a Supreme box logo rip. Yeah, it just said Band LA, but it said it exactly the way the Supreme logo looked.
I remember that.
Yeah, and
you had stickers too, right?
Yeah, and people were like, of course there's the haters, you know, but like because they're a part of this little 2,000 member group, 100 people were like, we want this. And those are only people who actually saw, because afterwards they were like, after everybody had it and posted it in the community, they were like, oh, how can we get this? And we're like, no, we already
sold out.
We already said that we dropped this. Yeah. And then it started becoming a brand. We're like, oh, wait a second. People are kind of hyped about it. And it wasn't like the whole world. It was just within the community. Right, and then like after that, we used other platforms like sneaker conventions to go to build more community around that, you know? And like, it's just like golf. Like you go to golf events. Yeah. You try and you put the effort and you put the time in to meet people. Like you have to go that extra mile to like talk to people. Like it's hard to really conversate with people, like every single person, you know, but like building that community in golf though is so key, man. I feel like, and
it's so key
because it's already a community. Golf is like a community in itself, you know, like if you golf and I golf, we already have a bond, right? You know, we know the struggle, like anything that's a struggle, you're like, okay, yes, yo, like, you know, like you can go out right here to Balboa and you can play with a complete stranger and become the best of friends. Yeah. Talk the whole round about life.
Just 4 or 5 hours. Well, about just talk, it might be 6 hours.
Yeah, just talk about life. And, you know, and like you could be the best of friends and leave and never talk to him again. But like you both are enjoying that moment because like you have that community, you know?
No, I mean like when I do my R&D on social media of like what's going on, because I'm always watching. I'm always assessing. This is just my assessment, my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. But when you see, like, when I look at someone like Sam, he is like the consumer for golf brands, golf courses, everything. And I'll tell you why. Sam doesn't treat golf to look cool. He treats golf because it's a part of his life. It helps your life. Right. I know it does. Because, you know, when you're stressed, I'm sure golf. Hey, my mind is so cluttered. Golf. Because what golf does is, it makes you work on 18 different projects and you have to be in it. Like 18 different projects, obviously meaning 18 holes. So if I'm playing the first hole, par 4, okay, bet. I got to hit a driver. I got to hit it over there. Shoot, I'm in the trees. I got to hook it around. Okay, I got a 20-yard chip shot. Now how am I going to hit this? You're thinking about all this. You don't have time to think about the BS. So that's why like I knew when I did the sleeves, I knew exactly who to target and I knew who was going to keep buying it. It's those people that literally implement golf as a way of life. And that's why I think a lot of brands don't work in golf, is because they want to get that quick buy. But the problem is a quick buy doesn't equate to continuous buy. And you're looking for continuous buying. You're not looking for, one person buying a $50 shirt for you and then like they never buy anything again. Because there's no culture behind it. There's no like, with the sleeves, I think when I assess it, it's like golf excellence. People are wearing it all the time because they need to. And so that hits the golf enthusiast, which they're always golfing, right? So, yeah, man, I just feel like kind of lost train of thought. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. This is what I really wanted to talk to you about, with you guys, because I feel like it's parallel with what we're talking about. Consistency.
Well, there's like so in fashion, right? We're talking about golf fashion now. Mm-hmm. There's been like the stable, right? The guys who are like the Travis Matthews, and then you got brands like TaylorMade, Callaway, and they got like those type of brands. Now G4 coming in with a little bit splash, Bad Birdie. So like, but golf fashion to me is kind of not as dynamic as regular fashion, right? Yeah. Because you have to have a collar, you have to have certain things to fit into the country club.
Yeah, there's rules.
Courses. Yeah. Public course a little bit more lenient, and so you can do whatever. But like, I see you guys post, and like I saw your post, Eric and Sam, at the Monster event. Like, obviously, it's a different event than a golf course because it's more like geared towards influencers and kind of what's trendy. So now, if you get into that fashion, I'm assuming that your store is similar to that type of fashion, right? Like more like urban wear and more like street versus more country club style. Mm-hmm. Like, how does that fit into the golf culture, right? Because then you want to dress and look hip and you want to look cool, but then like you can't dress like that to this go to Riv and play, or Lakeside, and you play and dress like that, right? So how does that two cultures clash, and how do we figure this shit out?
It's a tough one.
I actually think Eric again is an outlier because, like I said, he is like been golfing forever and he's in streetwear, right?
Yeah.
He's someone that could really help change the game because most people that I know that are in streetwear that are playing golf, they're doing other things. Like golf is 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Let's not discount the fact that it takes a lot of time out of your day.
Yeah.
See, but Eric is willing to do it because he has this bug that he
any golfer, they have a bug, so they're gonna spend the time and effort.
Yeah, and this guy calls me like at night, like, Sam, dude, I'm so depressed right now. I'm like, what? What happened? Are you okay?
Bro, let's get this shit straight. Irons. You call me, bro. I don't call you.
All right, let me get this on record. When he's feeling sad, he calls me.
You call me, dog.
And I'm genuinely...
Sam will text me and be like, you don't love me anymore. Huh? I'm like, Sam, what? I'm like, are you depressed right now?
I know how to get to Eric's heart. But no, like, Eric really cares about the game. And like, that's really important. Like, it's not... Like, I'm all about people making money, so don't get that twisted. Like, if you want to come in and get your money, get your bag, like, of course. But I'm just saying, being a purist of golf, like, I just feel like you got to respect the game for it to respect you back. Kind of like saying, you get 50% in, don't expect to get 100% back. You know, if you really want everything out of this game, like, you got to put everything in it, you know?
Hey, say that one more time. You got to respect the game.
You got to respect this game to get respect back.
Dude, that just really hit home for me. You know why? Because we're talking about fashion right now. And you're talking about like going to country clubs like Riv. And because I played Riv before. And like they're like even any country club, you're like, you got to wear a collared shirt. Tuck that motherfucking shirt in.
Yep.
You can't wear sweats with strings coming out, you know? And I've been like in the past, ever since I started playing golf again, because I quit for a very long time, I was just so anti-golf wear.
Right.
And not because like I'm snobby with fashion or anything like that. I just want to be comfortable. And also I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on golf clothes.
Right.
Like collared shirts and like, because I have so much other clothes, you know?
Yeah.
This is the way I literally dress when I go to a public course. Yeah. I just switch the shoes and I'm like looking like this, like with a beanie on, you know, because I'm comfortable.
Right.
And like in my own comfortable state, like I feel like I can play the best golf.
Right.
When I go to a country club, I'm literally scrounging every night. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like telling Roy, I'm like, yo, I don't even have a polo for tomorrow. am I gonna wear the same Stussy polo that I have every single round?
Yeah.
And what you just said right now hit really like deep within me, like in the sense of like you gotta respect the game and its rules and the country club rules.
Yeah.
And I've always disrespected it because like maybe like I have this ego in me where like, yo, like I don't need to wear that shit. But like in reality though, like I feel like now that you say that, I'm like, maybe I do need to start wearing collared shirts and like respect the game and respect that country club, because everyone has their own rules. And I'm actually, when I'm going to a country club, I'm being a guest of that country club. It's a private club. It's not a public course. So if I'm doing that, like, dude, it just really made me think of like the perspective change of, hey, like maybe I should start respecting that more and not try to slide. Cause I'll wear like some type of crew neck and, you know, and wear like not a collared shirt and act like I could just, you know, like maybe a golf style crew neck and be like, I'm just going to go and pass and then take off the crew neck in the middle of the round. And then one of the members would be like, hey man, like, do you have a collared shirt? Cause they're going to get at you right now, you know? And I don't know. It just kind of hit really home right now because, maybe I need to start respecting that whole polo thing and tucking in your shirt, because it is a rule of the game, you know, in the sense. And that's why I feel like I love live golf too.
It's more like
it's more live, but I also respect the other side of it. Like I love the fun part of golf, like the live part, but I also love the super competitive PGA side too, you know, where like it's just pure, because I come from that. I come from the basic game of golf, you know, like I understand it, you know. I might look like I'm from streetwear, but like I've been in golf for like over 20 years. Like I understand, I've been watching, listening, assessing, watching other people playing, and like I know when someone is really, really good, and like I understand the concept, the culture behind it, and I'm just so like anti-fashion for golf, you know?
It's tough. I agree.
And you know, like Malbon too. Like you see Malbon like golf, and like they're bringing that whole lifestyle culture into it now. Like
T-shirts,
you know, regular tees. I mean, you can't wear that to a country club, but they also have polos too. And like the whole, you know, the legit like private side of golf too. Like the actual like, you know.
I mean, I'm gonna
brain farted right now, but
I'm gonna dress like this when we go golf right now, right?
Yeah, so am I.
But here's the thing: if I ask 100 people that love golf that never got to play Riv, and I ask them, "Hey, do you want to play Riv?" 100 out of 100 will say yes, right? But here's the thing: if you don't understand and want to respect what Riv does as an entity, because that's a business, they have rules, right? You don't have to abide to those rules, but you can't go.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to change 120. This is how I look at it. Like you're not going to change 120 year history. So if you really want to go and that's your passion and want to go, then you got to abide to that. But if you don't want to, that's totally fine. We can go to Balboa Encino and wear whatever you want. And I'm about that too. But I just think, and I'm not talking to you directly. Actually, I talked to many people about this, and I'm just like, why are you trying to fight that?
Yeah.
Like, just don't go. Like, go to Balboa Encino, go to Hanson Dam. It's all good.
I've been always trying to fight it. And I feel like...
All right, I'm talking to you then.
No, you're directly talking to me. I've been always trying to fight it. I'm just like, damn, I was like, I feel like, and this is not me being cocky, I feel like if a brand would sponsor me, and I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about if you would give me clothes to wear, I guarantee you I will make that shit look way cooler. I know I will. I know I will. You know, so like Travis, I'm like, yo, where's all the golf sponsors? You know,
I was actually so we were just talking about Travis Matthew. I got close with someone there. Hey, Tyler, what's up, man? Both my guys right here were Travis Matthew. He just sent me a really nice package.
Yeah.
Diego's gonna clip this up. Travis, TM. They came out with some new stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like they just did a collab with Reggie Bush.
Nice.
And they had an event, and I think, you know, I didn't really like Travis Matthew before, but like seeing their stuff, they invited me to their event. I was like, dude, quality stuff, and it fits good for me. So I think their stuff is nice. I really like it.
You know what they did right there? They're creating community.
They're creating community.
Yeah, the whole event thing. Yeah. They're bringing people together. They make dope clothing.
Yeah.
Their clothing probably just became more dope visually and mentally because they threw this dope event and you're just like, oh,
they changed my perspective.
Dude, hella.
Yeah. Just with hospitality, like we're talking about. The 3 guys that I had to meet, we went to the ranch. They invited like content creators and blessed to even be invited because these content creators were pretty big content creators. And I was like, after the round, I was like, damn, I really like Travis Matthew. But it's also the guys that are working in Travis Matthew. They made me feel so welcome. They were like, hey, Sam, what do you want to drink, man? Like, we got you.
Yeah.
They got me a, vodka vodka Monster.
What else did they get you?
Dude, they got me a pair of shoes. Like, they decked me out before the event. Like, Travis Matthew, they know what's up. They know what's up. So, yeah.
Well, you know what? There's a lot because I have a lot of different golf clothes. I have everything from Travis Matthew, G4. I got
Story Golf.
I got Polo.
Yeah.
I got Peter Miller. I got Bad Birdie. I got Malbon. I mean, like, you name almost every brand in golf I have, and they're all different. But like, yeah, I understand. Like, because I like fashion too. Yeah. Like, I like wearing nice clothes, and golf is so lacking, dude. But I respect the game.
Right.
I'm not gonna disrespect because that's added pressure of like fighting someone you don't need to fight for something that doesn't matter to you.
Right.
But like for me, I'm like, hey, if there was like better clothes out there to make you look better, and depending on the situation and what group you're with, you dress a certain way. But like, yeah, it is lacking, right?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's lacking.
Why don't you design a new brand?
Seriously. Yeah, I've told them that so many times.
No, I think we're working on it right now on a low key.
With collar and stuff that makes sense, but it's still golf clothes, but different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We're like a group of us are kind of thinking about that.
Yeah.
Kind of just.
I'm not in that group because I never heard about it.
Sam's like, I would buy
it. Shit.
Sam's got fragment ones on right now. I'm like, Travis.
I would DM Eric saying, can I get some free merch?
I'm going to be like, yo, I'll give you a 10% discount. Here you go. Here's your 10%.
No, but actually, like, I always look at my data too. And I'm like, who buys Story a lot? Because let me give them a big discount.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I think it's a problem is like hospitality. Again, you just name like 8 different brands.
Yeah.
It's like, if I was those brands, I'd be like, paying attention and be like, hey, like, oh, Sam is a super golf enthusiast. Let's throw him a 30%. And you're not going to even look at the other brands, right?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like,
it's all about hospitality.
30%? Yeah. Should have been like, give me 60%.
Dude, I go to, you ever been to Olympic Golf in Koreatown?
Yeah.
Bro, you can get really nice clothes there for like 50% off.
That was my next question. Where can I go to get some like, simple but really cool golf clothing?
Okay, so Sam's been to Korea recently. Korea is like the world's biggest golf fashion country in the world. Mm-hmm. And Forbes magazine had a report. Out of was it like a $20 billion or $10 billion a year industry for golf apparel? 50% comes from Korea.
Wait,
50%. If you go to department stores in Korea, like malls are like 20 stories high. Yeah. And each floor are different things, right? Like menswear, brand names, high end. So in the malls, freaking 1 to 2 floors are dedicated to just fucking golf.
Just golf.
Golf apparel.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
Like, what the fuck?
Prices are crazy.
Yeah, but that many people can actually golf, though?
No.
It's so expensive
to but golf culture in Korea is different because it's not just about us going to bobble and hitting some balls.
Right.
Even when you go to a driving range, like those base stores, like driving range places, people wear fucking to the tees. Like they're like dressed up. Yeah. They're decked out. And no one, dude, Korea golf fashion is different. So crazy. It's like way out there.
Yeah.
And everyone's wearing like $5,000 worth of clothes when they go to the range.
Can I tell you something really funny about that?
Yeah.
So I asked, because I play golf twice, and I asked the caddies, because they're like younger girls that caddy,
In Korea?
In Korea.
Are they pretty?
So anyway, let me.
No, it's a legit question. Like,
I think there's some pretty girls.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because they're wearing their
they're like covered
outfit.
up.
I'd be like, yo, take that mask off. Let me see what you look like. Because if you're actually pretty, you're gonna make me golf better. Knowing that I have a pretty girl caddying for me. That's just the truth.
Just trying to impress her or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Anyways.
So I want to tell you. So this, I'm not gonna name this brand because I don't want to shit on a brand on here because it's actually a pretty big brand. But the caddy, because I wanted to get all the information I can, and caddies are really good to ask because they see so many rounds every year, right?
Right.
And they see the people what they're wearing. They told me this is how cultured golf is in Korea. She said, "Oh, usually when I notice this brand is being worn, it's a young person and they suck at golf, and when we see a person wearing that brand, we know they suck."
Wow.
And I was like, "What?" And it's a big golf brand. I'm not gonna name it.
Yeah.
And I was shocked to hear that. And I was like, dang, golf is really like marginalized like that, right? So if you are going to golf, first of all, it's a 10-hour day because there's never any golf courses in the city. It's in the mountains.
Yeah.
So you're going hour and a half. And then freaking rounds are 6 hours because in between you have to wait for an hour. You have to go eat, whatever, taking a shower. Then you got to go, I play golf with like a CEO of a big company. Literally, I left my house 7 a.m. I got back home at 10 p.m., dude.
Yeah.
And like I had a drink with the CEO. I had to eat whatever he wanted to eat. I was so tired. But that's the culture of golf in Korea.
Well, that's why they have 50% of the world's golf apparel and accessories in revenue there. So going back to Koreatown and Olympic Golf. So I was just there a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they bring golf fashion from Korea to LA. And they buy so much merchandise that when they like a lot of them they can't sell.
Yeah.
It's always 50% off. You can buy every kind of brand, and it's like stuff that you don't find in the US when you go to the stores, and they're like comfortable. Even pants, it's not like your standard golf slacks. They have like jogger type of pants with different pockets and like linings and zippers, but it's golf pants. And they have like, I just bought like Malbon stuff there, like a bunch of Malbon stuff from Korea. Yeah. And I think they sell in the US too, but I got it for like 50% off. Dude, it's like you're buying it for
That's crazy.
Way better than going to the store.
For sure.
You kind of like, Korean style. You can kind of be like, 좀 더 가까워져.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Come on, type of vibe.
No, 100%.
Hey, let me. I'm gonna spend like $1,000 or something.
내일 다시 올 건데,
That's for real. It's a good place to go.
I went there to buy Pro Vs when I was using Pro Vs. I was like, can you give me no tax if I pay cash for these Pro Vs? And they'd be $50. The Pro V one left dash or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this. Anyways, yeah, I know about that place.
Yeah.
We used to ship balls for them to Korea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not for them.
Yeah.
But our exporter used to buy from them.
Okay.
So we used to go there. That's a funny story about Olympic golf. So we used to go there. I don't even know if I should be saying this, but like we'd pick up Pro Vs. I mean, they have Titleist there now.
Yeah.
That business is like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You couldn't send Pro Vs out there.
Oh.
Like Titleist would not let you send it out there. Like they would send you stock here because they were so hot.
Yeah.
And Korea didn't have balls like that. So it was like, it would fill my pickup truck with the cab full.
Yeah.
Like it would be like those boxes like this and be like,
you know what that means, right?
Yo, and I'm like,
bag offers.
And we'd send it by air. It'd be so much money because golf balls are heavy. Anyways. Yeah. So yeah, I was going to Olympic golf for a long time, but they seem pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, like they're just there to do business, and like I think they'll give you a discount too. I think I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there like in a few days and be like,
we don't talk about Tyler's on this podcast.
Only Callaway.
Talk about Callaway. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, cool. William broke his wrist, so he couldn't go to the fitting.
No way.
Yeah, and then I had to cancel like 3 or 4 weeks of his summer tournaments.
Your son?
So how long is it gonna?
He broke his wrist.
He's a baller too. He plays ball. Is it from playing ball?
No, he's doing a backflip.
Oh.
And he can do a backflip, but he over rotated. And then try to brace himself.
Oh.
So what's the
I
healing
think
process?
like 4 weeks. So that's pretty much
Not
the
too
summer
bad.
tournament still. Because he was signed up tournaments for AJGA for Florida, Virginia, and a few other places all June, but like he literally did it last week. So yeah.
So he beat me recently too.
I feel like I could beat you.
Roy, did you hear that?
Today at Balboa,
I'm gonna
right
talk
after
so
this.
much shit today. It's not even funny.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm gonna make you so uncomfortable because I'm a pro golfer. I know how to make people really like, and you don't even know it. Like it's not being outwardly like talking shit,
bro. I've been through
Roy,
so much pressure in my life.
You see this right here?
People tell me that I'm better under pressure anyway.
You know what's crazy? Golf gives you a different pressure. You're Justin Timberlake when he said, I could perform in front of 100,000 people, not be nervous. I hit golf ball in front of 5 people. I'm way more nervous. Did you hear that? Justin Timberlake said that recently.
Well, it's because it's a practice, dude. It's like he's practiced singing for his whole life.
Yeah.
Golf,
exactly. So, like you said, you haven't been practicing. So I have real
been
nervous.
actually.
You have?
Yeah. So I don't know, for the last month or so, I've been really working, going to the range. Yeah. Like, have you ever heard of me going to a random course by myself playing?
No.
It's because the night before I was at the range. And I played the night before, in the morning, at 9 hole. Like I found this little thing where like, I haven't been hitting my irons well, and I made a post about it, and it's not my irons, and I'm like trying to blame my irons on there. It's not your clubs. It's not your clubs. It's you. It's me.
Right.
And that whole goes like I just recently saw that Scotty Scheffler thing about hey, if you prep, like what else? Like just go have fun. If your goal is 20 hours of prep and you complete the 20 hours, like just go out and have fun, So I've like literally been practicing, not like an athlete or a professional, but like going to the range going every day and at least hitting like 50 or 60 balls, just getting into that muscle memory routine. I'm hitting my irons way better. I might not be hitting it as far as you, but like I feel like, dude, yesterday I was just like, wow, what's going on? I'm playing by myself and nobody's watching me. And I'm like, I have nothing to show. Like, I don't have anything to show for.
Yeah.
But you should have took Roy to film you.
I know, it was a random thing. And I was just like, damn. I was like, well, we'll see today.
Yeah, we'll see.
This guy was like, yeah, we'll see. He put literally texting me back, we'll see. I said, I'm hitting it better. He's like, we'll see. I'm like, damn, bro.
No, because
no wonder you asked me why I don't love you, man. You like responded me with those kinds of vicious ass texts. I was like, yo, where's the love in that, bro?
And then he responded, yeah, you will. No, but I'm a realist. Like, I'm so proud of my student. I started with him at 14. He's 19. He recently just got like top 3 at a college event. Like we got him to college, like D2. I'm so proud of him because I would talk to him like that. I'll be like, yeah, we'll see. Or like, I'll be like, taper your expectation. Because I see it as a coach. And, to pump someone up for no reason is worse, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you how many times I've told myself I figured it out. Very wrong. Like, it's not about figuring it out. It's about like, all right, what is happening with this feel right now that I have? And what is it gonna produce? And it didn't produce what I thought. Okay, then I have to rewire things.
By the way, I texted you. I'm figuring it out. I never said I figured it out.
Okay.
I'm still figuring it out.
I'm gonna challenge you. Don't worry. Let me see that. Let me see that.
I think I might have put figured it out, to be honest, but
I'm reading it for you now. Hey, what'd you say? He said, bro, I'm so excited. Honestly, figured something huge out on my iron.
Yeah, I figured something huge out, which I'm working on it now. Is what I meant.
That's what you meant?
Yeah, don't take that out of context here.
That's what you meant?
Yeah, bro.
Got you.
All right, man. But I appreciate you, Eric, coming on.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me.
It was fun getting to know you and your mindset as a golfer, entrepreneur. I found out you're a junior golfer, won an SCPGA event.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Shot at 68.
Super long time ago.
That's dope.
Can we also shout out? Can you shout out your whatnot page?
It's my username is PRX, which is my IG PRX. You can follow me everything on there. I sell clothing on there, usually anything from like personal items to like Hellstar, Spider, like the hype stuff. But anyways, thanks for having me, Sam. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Maybe I'll join you guys too.
Yeah,
he said Sam. He looked at me, but he said Sam.
So. Yeah, I expect an invite to Omnia in the near future, man.
Nah.
Anyways, thanks for having me, man.
All right, thanks guys for joining and listening to our podcast, Drive and Thrive. Till next time, peace.
Peace out.